And it's a Lego again tonight, and it's going to be Star Wars Lego. I've already dented the box somehow. Oh, I should have just got the scissors out. Oh, they're right here. Hold on. Well, I actually use scissors. There we go. Here's some scissors. So let's open the box. I've already actually partially opened this box because this is my second attempt at starting this video. So the previous attempt involved me saying stuff that didn't really make any sense, so I decided to restart it. Let's go with opening it. What's going to happen when we know what's going to happen. You can't really... Alright, so there are two bags, and I'm going to guess there's one for each thing. So this is basically two microfighters stuck together, and if you look on the back, it's actually got the other ones in the series. So there's another double one, and then there's... and then there's these two which come as separate things, but you can put them together for some reason. I guess that makes kind of some sort of sense. I don't know. I just don't. You don't normally associate that many. I mean, I guess you do. TIE fighters with Millennium Falcons. This is kind of cool. It's basically, it literally is two sets in one. So have a good look at the box. There's a Kylo Ren figure, and there's a General A-Wing pilot. So it just says that there, A-Wing pilot. So I've never had a Kylo Ren before, and I got this at a very good price, like a very good price. So, which I'm not going to say, because it was just too good, and you won't believe me if I told you. But which bag is which? This is bag 2, so we're going to start with this one. Maybe we should just do one a night, and really space things out a bit. Right. So we're going to do the A-Wing and the A-Wing pilot. I've never had an A-Wing before, I don't think. Wait, A-Wings... Oh no, A-Wings are different. What are those ones that Luke's flying? Speeders. They're just... Are they called? No, they're not. You know, the ones that he... In the Battle of Hoth, he flies in a... I thought those were A-Wings. Shows how much I know. The one he uses to take down a AT-AT, an AT-AT, if you show... I'm not going to say if you will, because I say that all the time. So that's again, so as I made a comment a long time ago, if not yesterday, that you can watch these videos and you can watch my little things that I say. I'm just looking at the picture and making it, which I shouldn't be doing. Then you'll see that I expect you will see that my little catchphrases will change over time. And there's a couple that I've been saying recently, and I think it's time that I moved on from saying those. I'm going to try and keep an ear out for me saying those things. And move it on and see what other exciting thing I might end up saying. So there's these two yellow ones. In future, but where's the you think the yellow one would stick out? Oh, there it is. It was hidden beneath the red one, the other one that sticks out like anything. I was going to say, yeah, you'd think the yellow sticks out like a sore thumb, but I'm going to say, as the saying goes. No, that doesn't. You can't. I can't say that. That's not good enough. So normally I would say, as they say, or something. As has been heard upon the... Oh, I wanted to think of a really cool word there. Like moors, but not moors. Meadow. And, oh, I don't know. And I've managed to do it the complete opposite way round to what is like that's all wrong in every single way. But maybe if I move that to there, and then I take... Well, that didn't help. And then move that one to there, and then that one to there. And then take that one and put that one there. That was completely reversed. I'm sure there's some combinations of mirrors which in fact could have revealed that to be the correct way around, but now it is as it should be. So let's get on. So that's quite nice. You have this little tiny I guess this is to get into the A-Wing, so that's quite fun. I don't really imagine that on the front of the box it is that you would have that in a micro figure set. Like it seems to me it would just be micro fighter, not micro figure. It would just be the one thing. You wouldn't get two constructions in the one. So that's that's a pleasant surprise so far. Where it's going well. It's looking, and this helmet, we haven't put the helmet together. We haven't even put them together at all. But look at this helmet. Oh my goodness, it's like amazing. But it's only one color. It's only red, but it's colored white on the top. So there was probably a bit of like, should we make it white and then color it red on the top, on the red on the side, or what? It doesn't actually, because they've done that. It's quite a hard, like it isn't actually very well painted around the. Doesn't quite match up. Well, it does kind of, but it doesn't quite look as nice as you would hope. But then again, I guess the dual molding process would be very hard for that. From a distance, it looks fine. Just a bit close up, it looks a little bit not so fine. They don't have like a little backpack on or anything, do they? Okay. She's got the little visor thing, which doesn't really look that good, but she looks fine. And what? I've never had an A-Wing pilot before, so I can't really compare this one to any other A-Wing pilots that I've had. But this is quite a good little body. It looks like the kind of thing you could use for any general pilot. So if a different helmet, they could be a World War II pilot. So that's something. If you're into recreating World War II scenes with Lego. Which is hard unless you've got a lot of those green, that olivey green. So she's an olive green. I don't know if that's going to show up on the camera. But, so if you have a good collection of those, and I did get a couple of sets, so they had a lot of those in. So I have got a few, but I'm not going to go around building much from World War II. Except one of those cool little, I was always fascinated when I was a kid. I had this book of like vehicles from World War II and other wars and just general military vehicles, because I did go through that phase, even though I'm a pretty big pacifist. Vehicles are cool, and they have these like bridge laying machine things that can sort of like turn into a bridge, and that always fascinated, like a truck that sort of like folds out in this really cool way. That would be something that I might make, that I might be keen on making out of Lego. I almost lost my train of thought there. It's like, why am I talking about this vehicle? Like, what? It's because I'm talking about things that I might have made from World War II. And I think they were actually in World War II. I think I saw them recently in an article or something about some weird vehicles from... But they must have used them. I mean, it's the kind of thing you would expect. Like, you want to quickly build a bridge somewhere, than a vehicle that can just turn into a... I'm trying to wonder if they were any in games like... real-time strategy games that I had played back in the day, or I had imagined building. I probably did because I like writing games, and I wanted to write games, and I've always wanted to do a real-time strategy game, which I've kind of fallen a bit out of favour. And I probably imagined that a good unit would be a bridge builder, but they're probably in Command and Conquer or something. But if you don't know any of those games, that's not going to make any sense. And not that I've ever actually played Command and Conquer, but I keep meaning to. And I do have this really good idea, I think, for a real-time strategy game that I think is actually, it's on my list of things that I'm going to do one day. Quite novel, and I'm really surprised it has never been done, and because I have never seen it done, I'm not going to mention what it is, but one day I may in fact get around to that. In fact, I did start writing it a long time ago, and then moved on to other projects. But if I haven't also mentioned this, that I do a lot of programming, and so one day I'll do that. But I'm on another project at the moment, which will one day be released, and hopefully will also be used and liked and appreciated. I should hope so, because there's a lot of work's gone into it. So are these actually the green ones? So these are the little light brown ones, light tan ones. So no, they're not the light tan ones, they're the dark tan ones. So let's get these colours right. This feels like this is going to be the back, but that can't be right. These can't be like the thrusters. You can't use those pieces as thrusters. I don't know if I have that many of these ones. So these are like Technic system crossovers. So as going back to what I referred to in a recent video about how common it is to mix and match nowadays to the Technic and the system style. And system, I just mean these kind of things. the bits with the studs on it, where but then again, the original Technic was kind of a little bit like System, more so than contemporary stuff. I don't have an example sitting on the desk. But anyway, let's just get this done. Let's just get this done. This is going to be like not the most humorous and exciting video, mainly because I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. How much time have I taken already? Oh, I've taken over 11. Okay. In order to do 2 in one night, I'm going to have to speed up a bit. And maybe it's just not worth it. Maybe I should just do this as 2 separate sets. Because I do want to have a slightly early night. Because I want to get up nice and early. Because tomorrow's like one of my favouriteest days of the year. Because there's certain schools having a school fair. And I can always get some quickie things from there. Not Lego. At least I don't expect to get any Lego from there. Because I normally turn up a little bit late. And I'm pretty sure that at school fairs, if anybody's selling any Lego, they're already gone. Though I have at some point got some Lego set from a school fair. But that's not what I'm going for. But it's a very good school fair, and it's on, and I've always gone every year, and I always look forward to it. So that's that. So we will just do this one tonight, I think. And also because I'm trying to catch up, because I'm one video back again and behind, and so I have to catch up. We should talk some Star Wars. But I don't know, I haven't anything excitingly Star Warsy to say today. Where did this even show up? I mean, this must have been in The Force Awakens. I'm guessing this fits in with The Force Awakens. It feels like it should. Oh, he's got like his... Oh, I'm so happy I've got this, actually, because now I'm going to get this cool little lightsaber. And then I'm going to go, oh, it doesn't actually look that cool. It's not really that cool, is it? Like, it's one of those things that seems like it should be cool, but then it doesn't really make any sense. Like, So this goes there, and that goes there. So what happens now? So it just sits there. Okay, well, we'll put this to the side. The A-wing, it better be shaped like an A-wing. Better be shaped like a good A, like a good quality A. But there's so many ways to draw an A or write an A. You could be a more roundy A. Like, I'm pretty sure you can pull off a capital A that's kind of rounded. I don't know. I'm not really. My capital A's are quite square, quite angular. You can't really do that on the video. But you know, I like to do my 3s partly angular and partly round. I don't like doing a double rounded 3. That's just not cool. Whoever thought of that was just not really on their game that day. And I'm sorry if I've offended a lot of people who do a double rounded 3 instead of doing an angle 3. An angle, then a rounded 3. It's like, what on earth kind of rubbish conversation is this? Now I'm talking about how you draw numbers. Well, alright, that can go there. So, done this. I'm looking forward to this because I'm assuming it's somehow going to slot into here, and that's going to be a moment of satisfaction. That's going to feel good. It's like when things like it's like I love it when a plan comes together. So we do an A-Team reference, which is appropriate, right? Because it's an A-wing. So if you're going to make an A-Team reference, a very poor one, because I didn't do any cool accent and say it properly. I didn't say I love it when a plan comes together. Like I don't know how he says it. I can't even remember the guy's name. And if you've never watched the A-Team, that won't make any sense. But my boss actually said something very similar to that, and she's a fair bit older than I would have thought. Well, no, I guess she could have been an A-Team watcher. And I'm like, oh, it was a very unexpected thing. I was like, was that a very subtle A-Team reference? But anyway, that was not meant to be a subtle A-Team reference, because I mentioned it several times, and it makes sense because we're talking about A-Wings. So, yeah. And I don't have a cigar either, which is good because I've never smoked. And neither should you. Sorry. Don't start. If you do, then that's fine. That's your life, but don't start otherwise. It's got too heavy. Alright, next page. And this, people will be like, how dare you tell me what to do with my future life? It's like, I'm sorry. It's just, you know, it's better not to. It will save a lot of hassle in the long run. Oh, this looks like it's a satellite. So are we making a satellite here? Why would there be a satellite? No, it's got to be the back of this thing. I could look at the picture of the box, but the box is kind of now out of view for me. And I don't like doing that. I don't like actually knowing what I'm making. I like it to be a pleasant surprise. Oh, you are kidding. It says it ×2. And this piece again. So I mentioned this piece a few days ago with the little... What are these things called? So this is the actual bit, and this is the connector-y thing. So a connector bit goes the other way around, actually. Oh, I know what's going to happen. We can see where this is going to go. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out where these rockets go. Yeah. All right. It takes a brain surgeon. Oh, I don't know where the little white bit went. Oh, there's another one of these things. Oh, it's right there. Every time. Panic for no reason. I feel like I should just do it from memory. But I'm not very good at remembering those kind of things. That was the white bit. Like, I'm not really that good at remembering. I always feel like I am. Like when you drive somewhere and then you go somewhere and then you have to go back the opposite way. And it's like, I can remember what I did. And no, I still get it wrong. Alright. I'm not going to go into another big discussion on other things there. I was going to talk about GPSs, but I'm not going to. Because it's too deep and it's like, this is meant to be like light and fluffy. Alright, apparently today, though speaking of GPSs, is GPS clock rollover day. And I saw somebody recently said they weren't going to fly on April the 6th because that's when all the clocks and GPS things get reset or something. Though I haven't heard of any actual calamities occurring. Did I put this the right way around? I did. That seems okay. And besides, anyhow, today is the end of daylight savings in New Zealand, so the clocks are going to go changing anyhow. Except for my clock in my lounge, which is going to go back to being the correct time as opposed to being an hour out. Because I'm one of those people who can't be bothered changing their clocks. But now I'm thinking the little clock right in front of me is going to have to be changed. It's my classy little quartz clock. Quartz Alarm Casio CC100 card clock, and it's very thin. And it's probably quite a few years old. But there you go. So that's the clock. Oh, I just showed you what the time was. Oh my goodness, now you know everything. Okay. And Alright. So we're going to make the missiles. This is actually pretty... Well, this doesn't seem right because there's a lot of extra pieces. I've obviously missed out a huge amount. Oh, what have I done? Like, seriously? Seriously. Okay, we have to go back a fair bit because no. That bit wasn't there. So when does this bit get added on? It must get added on here. Oh no, it gets added on at this very point here. This is a strange place to put it on. I would have put it on well before I put the back bits on. Okay, and then what? Oh, well, I was supposed to put this piece on at some point, and it was supposed to go there, and then this blue thing was supposed to go there. So I don't know what page that was on, but apparently I was meant to have done that at some point. So that looks a bit better, and we're using up all the pieces now. So we can kind of breathe a bit of a sigh of relief. This seems like, oh, that just seems like way too small. Like, I feel like you could have just, because they give you another one, right? You could have put two together and put them like that, and that would have looked cool. I guess it matches the actual model, but a bit better. Like, it can't, because it's a tiny version. It's a tiny, tiny version. So let's just build these things and finish it up, because this has not been the best video. I'm getting worried that I'm not going to be able to continue doing this whole thing every day for a year. I'm going to have to do more electronics videos. Or more craft videos. But I do have these other things to do, these Technic sets to do. So there we go. These things never flick out very well. Yeah. That made me jump. Okay, it kind of came out. And that goes there, and then, oh, and she's got a little gun, which is very weird when you think about it, because she's flying in a combat craft with giant cannons on the side. So what's the point of having missiles, sorry, on this, having a little tiny gun? I guess it's just because she's fighting Kylo Ren in this rather humorous way, even though he doesn't even have a gun. So I would have loved to have got one of those things, but I'm never going to, because it's way too out of my price range. In fact, I've never got anything from any of this series, so that's semi-sad. But you know, we can live with it. But I do have something very similar to this coming up soon, and we're going to get around to doing it, and it's going to be intriguing, though I don't know how well it's going to work on this kind of format of video. So we may have to, when I finished it, take it outside and do some out and about filming for once. So that's that finished. I don't know why you get 2 extra red ones. So that makes me feel nervous that there's like a little bit extra that I'm missing. Well, they can kind of go, they can't go on the side. So, but I do like the little construction stuff at the back. It looks nice, and it fits. It doesn't move around too much, and it seems to go. It does feel like there should be some sort of like symbol on the front or something. It doesn't. It seems a little bit plain, but it's nice. So I'm looking forward. We'll just do Kylo Ren's, because it's taken me seriously 24 minutes, 25 minutes, 23 minutes. That's impressive. So we'll do Kylo Ren tomorrow, and we'll try and do it faster. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Right, yeah, he has to see it. Meow, meow, meow. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, get out of the way. Hey, stop it. Hey. That's why they're called A-Wings.